You know what I've wanted to say for a long while, and I think about it all the time, and I was just reminded myself of how I make this mistake all the time is, and this is about something to teach our kids, but it's something to remind each other and even our friends, and that is to not give people more credit than they're due. I feel like I'm such a sucker sometimes where, you sit down to have a conversation with somebody that you don't really know any very well, but you're like, well, we have things in common, or we have, mutual people in our lives, and therefore, like, she's going to get me and I'm going to get her, and whatever I say is going to be understood, and whatever she says, I'll get too. And you kind of just like go in a little too comfortable. I'm telling you, we meet if I wish that somebody had told me this when I was much younger, when at least my kids' age, but really way younger, like from the time your kids can even understand any type of emotional and intellectual conversation. You have to explain to them that they do not need to give people more credit than they're due unless they've put the time in to really get to know them and to trust them, and to just trust that, they're jiving and that they understand each other. It's like, when will we learn? When will I, not we, you might already do this already. When will I learn that sometimes just because you think you live in like a common area of life and you're on common ground, and you have, I don't even know what the answer is, but like you have conversations and you give too much too soon. I'm not talking about just like information. I'm not saying like sharing personal information. That's a whole other topic of conversation that I have with my kids often, which is I wish somebody had told me when I was younger to stop oversharing as a way of bonding. And I think it depends on maybe your family dynamic. Like, I'm an only child, came from, divorced parents, raised by my dad. I was dying for sisterhood and dying to be close with girlfriends. And as a way of getting close, I would just probably tell too much too soon. But now it's in the form of just like maybe sharing my opinion of things, or maybe like kind of my real personality up front, or, again, mostly just opinions or reactions to things or weighing in on things. It's like, you just don't have to say less. We just need to say less and feel people out. And I wish that, well, I talk to my kids about it now all the time, like even before, they go into a social situation or anything. I'm like, just remember, you don't have to tell people everything, and you also don't have to be the one talking the most. I just wish that I had had that advice earlier in my life, but also sometimes even now, I wish that I would just remember that. And nothing bad happened. Like, nothing traumatic happened, and there's nothing that I've done that I regret. But it just, I had an interaction recently where I was like, why did I get so comfy so quick? Does this make sense? This makes sense to me.